Yeah. Perfect. What a great way to start. Started with. It's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
Is this paint on my palette still workable? Yeah. Still perfect.
There we go. I have
the
to
camera
turn
doing?
this to the lowest setting because I guess I timed it poorly. The video has 4 minutes left to upload. So
Oh my gosh.
internet is really
I'm surprised
really
we're not
going.
hearing like robot Nick voice.
I know. I thought that might accidentally happen, but it's not. I don't think. Amazing. But it'll be done soon.
The camera is
And then it'll probably fail, and then I'll have to re-upload
good.
it. This one, you know, the ones recently take like 2 hours.
Mm.
To upload.
They've been a smidge longer.
Mm-hmm. They're thick.
Mm-hmm.
Some thick vids.
Mm-hmm. There's 4 viewers. Oh, 2. Now to 2.
I hope no one talks to us the whole time.
Yeah.
That would be pretty fun.
It would be. Just paint in silence. I'll actually get some work done for once.
Yeah. Well, you know how like a lot of streamers do fun stuff during the stream. Like, oh, everyone, do whatever. This one's just a silent stream. Nobody talks. We don't let that happen. Oh, what a world.
Mm-hmm.
I did a little Blender sculpting today.
Ah.
I sculpted an owl that I found. I found a tutorial.
Was it a tutorial for the Illuminati? Olmec,
Exactly.
the owl god?
Mm-hmm.
What's the name of that one guy's, the conspiracy theorist channel, blog, studio?
InfoWars?
InfoWars. Yeah, did you get it from Infowars.com?
Yeah. I did. Yeah, decimation, more legs.
Who said that? Decimation. Hello. It went to you first. I'm the host.
Mm-hmm.
Talking with Alex Jones.
Yeah, that's weird.
Was weird.
Mm.
TK's your friends. Hello, everyone.
And Lucky Bat isn't even here, so I had to do a new woo.
Where's Lucky Bats?
What the hell?
You have to have some harsh words with Lucky Bat.
You have to be here for every single stream.
Yeah. Rosa Ramirez. Woozy, mama, look at those gams.
Love that.
If we could have highlight reels of the stream, that'd be a good one.
Yeah, that would be a good one.
The picture of legs, just disembodied legs, and
in that comment, I like it.
Nuzzle. What is Malifaux? Haven't seen it in my local game store. Malifaux is a skirmish war game set in America in 1901. But it's basically like Stranger Things. Malifaux exists in the Upside Down. Xena, did you ever figure out what the design on her foot is? I looked up this model, how some other people have painted it, and a lot of people did metal.
Ooh.
Can't quite figure it out, so I think I'll just leave it for last.
that always works.
Lucky
That
Bat.
always helps indeed.
Wait.
How dare you be late? How dare you be late? Even just a little bit.
Yeah, like I've seen people have kind of like wrist, silver charms that kind of wrap around, but it doesn't really make sense on the foot.
Yeah, Xenobiq saying like it's a bracelet.
Yeah, but it goes around the ankle and then up the calf.
Maybe it's like a medical. Like it holds it in place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Decimation, can you paint the toes to look like chocolate? Asking for a friend. Cabronix, Quentin Tarantino's mark.
Yep.
Eric Von Note, it's a weird West setting, also kind of Silent Hill. Yeah. Eric Cabronix, it's how he brands his girls. Speaking of, I did a little pre-production for this stream. Check out this that you'll be seeing in about 21 seconds.
Mm-hmm. I can't wait.
I'm going to talk about the new model, the Squig model, the Squig Rider Houndhog.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't look it up hard enough to know the name, but I did look it up enough to find these pictures.
That's pretty funny.
Nozzles. Are these models resin or a polystyrene derived plastic like Citadel? Yeah, it's just like Citadel.
Yeah, they copied them.
Yeah, used to be metal, and then the entire line went plastic. There's no metal, which is great.
Not great for everyone. TK Studio Prince wouldn't like that.
Yes. Eric Von Note played with a deck of cards instead of dice. Yes, that's Malifaux's claim to fame. Is it uses a 52 deck of playing cards instead of dice. But I'm very conflicted on the model. And I think part of the reason why I'm so conflicted is because I've seen this image. And the painting is gorgeous. It's so good. The tusks.
The painting of the squig?
Yeah, the painting of the squig, the tusks, the giant, boulder-shaped head, the patch of like metal. Like it almost looks like they poured metal on its head just to make it even harder. Mm-hmm. And then the giant broad body of the orc. And then the model is everything has been toned back. Mm-hmm. It looks like Angry Wilbur and an orc boy and a Gretchen. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I didn't know the art, so I think the Squig Hog is fine.
I like it, but gosh, if it looked like that painting, holy moly, it'd be a buy. It'd be an unquestionable buy. And to be fair, we haven't seen any other angle of the model except that one. And for some reason, Games Workshop never seems to get the perfect angle. They're showing off the minis.
It is an odd angle.
Mm-hmm. It's almost like this is the angle that shows off the grot the best.
It really is. Although, I don't know. It's not going to look like the painting that's nice.
Yeah.
And also, like, They'd almost need to make like a different kind of orc boy.
That's true. Yeah, the orc in the painting doesn't look like a classic orc.
No.
It looks a little more like an Age of Sigmar or like a black orc. Mm-hmm. Or the orcs from Bubble. Like a Bubble.
Yeah. Bubble.
Angry Wilbur. It's totally what it is.
That is very
Mega
true.
T-Rex. The art is always more grimdark than the Heavy Metal Team's paintings. I never understood that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Games Workshop created a paint style, and they're sticking with it. Because that's what works for them.
Well, I mean, I think it shows off the models perfectly.
It does. It shows off the models perfectly. It works across all platforms. So if they're doing terrain, they do it that way. If they're doing heroes, they do it that way. If they do infantry, they do it that way. They have tutorials on how to paint this way. Whenever they have to take photos of, whenever they put together scenes and stuff for codexes or Warhammer Community, all the models look perfect together.
Mm-hmm.
Cabronix. Nah, the Primaris focused art never grimdark. It always looks like a superhero comic. Sometimes it looks like superhero comic, but sometimes it looks proper grimdark. It's not quite as grimdark. So since they don't really do black and white art anymore, I feel like the black and white art from like 5th edition, your brain fills in all the gaps that color doesn't leave for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that certainly does help.
Michael Spitz, Age of Squigmar.
Exactly.
Andy Crimson, hoy there, folks.
Hello.
CNBQ, sculpt on bigger, pointier tusks, and then the metal panel. Job's a good'un. Yeah, I think that's probably all I would do. I'd probably make the Squig's head a little bigger, make the tusks longer, and that's all. It's pretty much there. It's just that art is so good.
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine this is going to be a one-off model. There's probably going to be a couple in the box, so maybe the other two that'll probably come in this box are going to look like the picture.
Cooler looking.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past it.
They'll just look completely different.
Yeah. Cam4K, love getting done with my Tuesday D&D game and then coming on here to model and paint with company. Yeah, that's what we're here for.
That's what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
So if you're not doing that, shame.
Eric Von Note, John Blanche is the reason I got into the hobby 20 years ago. Gooberdown Hobbies, hello Brent.
Oh my goodness.
I got you a thumbs downy.
Yeah. There we go.
Brent, I was watching your new video today while I was procrastinating on working on my new video.
Perfect.
Obscuro, I live.
Yeah.
Takamoto, hopefully they will have an alternative build where they have artillery attached to their back. Now that would save it for me 100%. If you could have a cannon.
A duck gun on there?
Yeah.
Or like that one of those Gatling gun arms. Mm-hmm. That'd be pretty awesome.
TK Suitor Prince. Remember, folks, hit the thumbs down. We love them, so it's all good. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe to join the merry band. We also have a Discord and a Patreon. More info under the stream.
Yeah. And we have no likes, which is perfect.
Yes!
Usually someone tries to ruin it and starts liking the video, and that's
what we
dumb.
want. If YouTube does get rid of the dislike, we'll have no shtick. We'll have to come up with something new.
I know. Mm-hmm.
All right, are we done with the pigs? I'll turn them off. There we go. I just wanted to share that with everyone. Mm-hmm. Wanted to add a little production value to the streams.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I've never seen that painting.
Mm-hmm. You know what? It's funny.
Did I see it?
I saw that early this morning, and then I tried to look it up online right before the video, and I could not find it. So thank goodness I screenshotted it this morning.
Wow.
I don't know where it was published, but
I'm
sure everyone will be like, it's all over. Mm-hmm. You just have to Google Squighog Rider Orc 40k Warhammer.
Yeah. It's actually the background on my phone. Exactly.
Michael Spitz better not mess up with Goober watching. You know what? I'm going to mess up just because Goober's watching.
Yeah.
This Fool 89. I plan on going to a game shop for the very first time this weekend. Is there anything I should avoid saying or doing?
Oh, that is such a great question.
It is. All right. They don't like cartwheels in the middle, in between the aisles. Theft is generally frowned upon. You probably don't want to bring up Star Wars because they probably don't want to talk about politics.
Especially if you really like Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Then that might be a problem.
Wait, Goobertown Hobbies. I don't watch, I lurk? You don't watch? Or I guess you listen? For a second, I'm like, wait, so you just have it muted in another tab?
Or is that what you do at game stores?
Ah. That's another thing they don't appreciate.
Lurking?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The only Star Wars you can safely bring up, because it's not offensive to anyone, is the Star Wars Holiday Special.
Ah, yes.
Maybe the Ewok movies. Other than that, you probably want to stay clear.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Lion Guy, for God's sake, bathe before you enter. It's a good one.
Catalyst Creations. Make sure to wear pants.
Yeah.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one.
Michael Spitz. Stealing, smiling, paying with any sort of money, laughing, and breathing. Are all frowned upon.
Mm-hmm.
Don't breathe with your mouth closed. Oh my God. ZNBQ. You must tell everyone to watch Eons of Battle. And Goobertown Hobbies.
Yep. Exactly.
Mecha T-Rex. Make sure that your most recent kill is displayed somewhere on your person before you enter the store to assert your dominance. This is great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go up and down every single aisle, look at every single piece of product, and then go home and buy it on Amazon. That's a classic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they love it when you do that.
Yeah.
And they love it when you say that to them.
One time at the game store when it was me, Fox, and Sean, two of my dumb friends, and Sean said, I can get it cheaper online. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, Sean, like he said it like just right next to the store owner.
Yikes. Yeah. That's Sean for you.
Mm-hmm. Can someone confirm that Goober has a PhD? Goobertown Hobbies confirmed. Seems sus. Obscuro. Make people follow you on Instagram before you buy anything.
Exactly.
Nosferatu Clown? I feel like I can get into Malifaux easier than I could get into 40k. For sure. Malifaux, the core rules are free. It's a 56 page rulebook available to download from the weird website. If you want to buy the codex for your faction, they're $25, but you don't need to because all the rules come with the models. And the only thing you need to play is one core box. And there's about 100 different core boxes. So you just pick the ones with the models you like the best. And then you're ready to rock.
Mm-hmm.
They even have, don't they have like a downloadable thingy so that you can play in like a, what's it called? The computer game version?
Yes. It's not Tabletop Simulator. It's close though. It's basically the same thing.
Probably something just even slightly jankier.
Yes, I believe so. Yeah, but they advertise it on their website.
They do. They advertise you can play the game for free.
Mm-hmm. Can you even imagine that?
Gabronic's pretty Chad move of Sean to flex on that game store cashier.
That's the best way to describe him. Andy Crimson, I was curious, since times are posted in Central, what state do y'all operate out of? Illinois.
Yeah. Goober
Dave
says
G.
he mostly goes by Brent. Okay, Goober.
Dave G. Hey, Jay, are you getting Cursed City?
No, I don't care. Every single model in that box is gorgeous. I did watch a YouTube video today of somebody who has played through some of the missions. It does sound like a fun game, but I don't care. Maybe if it blows up and it becomes like the most popular thing in the world and everyone's like, you have to play this game. It's better than 40K. It's better than Age of Sigmar. It's better than Kill Team. Maybe, but I mean, it's just the Blackstone Fortress for Age of Sigmar.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't even get Blackstone Fortress, and I like sci-fi more than fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
Eric Bond, nope. Play in the store, buy in the store. Buy at home, play at home. Christopher Perry, how much is a core box? I think some of them are $40, some of them are $50. They usually come with like 4 to 9 minis. And if it comes with 4, it's because they're giant.
Mm-hmm. That's true. And if you play the Bayou, there's like 9 core boxes that you can choose from. I still don't know. They're all cute. They're all real cute.
That one's on the house.
Usually got to pay for that. Usually that's Patreon only.
Obscuro. The thing about those games is that you have to rebuild the board all the times you play it. Oh, it's got like a self-generating, like.
Well, that's fun.
There's a game. Games Workshop made a game a long time ago called Lost Patrol that uses that. I'm sure a much simplified version of that mechanic, and it's really fun.
God. Yeah, Lost Patrol is really fun.
Yeah,
especially
Lost Patrol's really fun when you make up
change
the rules.
Yeah, when you change the rules a lot, it's really, really, really fun.
Yeah. Michael Spitz J must use his Warhammer clout to make a tabletop store where people can come in, look at the kits, then blatantly say to his face, "It's cheaper online."
That'd be pretty funny.
Dave G, yeah, that's fair. No idea if the game is any good, but I've been drooling over those models. Yeah,
they're really cool.
I love the ogre bat. That's a cool model.
Mm-hmm. We love bats.
Yeah. It reminds me a little bit of the bat monster from that BBC show Primeval, and it reminds me of the Death Claws from Fallout. Eric Bond note: the werewolf looks pretty swish. Would probably go with that gang. Is swish what the cool kids are saying?
Yeah, because we're not that hip.
Man, that model is swish.
Is it nothing but net? Is that the idea? You gotta fill me in.
Yo, dog, this model's schnizzle.
Yeah, they haven't said that. Yeah, they haven't said that since before you were born.
That's pretty wizard, Annie.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, we say that now.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think George was hoping that would catch on?
Oh, you know it. You know it. You know he was like, everyone this summer is going to be saying wizard.
Mm-hmm. And it's odd that it didn't happen, isn't it?
Z Newbie Q. The tiles are super pretty too, but I just can't get behind about half of the minis in Cursed City.
How much is it?
I think it's $200. I think it's yeah. I think it's basically exactly the same as the thing I just said. Blackstone Fortress.
Mm-hmm. And how many minis is it, roughly?
I think it's 60. I mean, that's Indominus.
Yeah. I mean, and they're cool.
I'm actually Indominus at 61.
Actually.
Cabronix. No, Jay, we say shway. Eric Von Note, nothing but net, but still all sack. Eric Von Note. It's a British slang. It's British slang. I was just watching a limey YouTube guy. TK Story Prince. How many of you have partners, and when you show them your latest creation, no matter what it is, they always respond, cute? ZNBQ tips, heading out, but before I go, how about a Patreon hot take for the people? Also, Brent Doc Hobbies is listening, so make it good.
Ooh.
Was not liking the Squig Hog a hot take?
It seemed like everyone agreed with you.
Yeah, everyone agreed with me, and then I also don't care about Curse City. It's a good hot take. I spent all day writing. I must have thought of something. Patreon hot take. That's not too hot. It's not too hot. We're going for scalding, not third degree.
Scalding.
I don't know. Forge World is probably dead. Kill Team may be dying.
Kill Team may be dying.
It probably is. Unless they come up with something more interesting than Pariah Nexus. What is that? Patreon hot take. Watching YouTube videos doesn't make you a better painter.
What?
I know, it's not a good hot take for us. Everyone leaves instantly.
Everyone's gone.
It's all about the experience.
I mean, I watched the video that's coming out on Wednesday like a million times.
That one will make you a better painter. Watch the video coming out tomorrow. But in general...
Okay, perfect. And watch it multiple times.
Yes, yeah. Leave a comment, dislike it.
Exactly.
Andy Crimson. My partner actively seeks out any new details on my minis. I just bought a Hero Forge mini in their likeness, and I'm going to paint it for them when it arrives. Very nice.
Ooh, that's great.
Eric Von Note. They also 2 Witch Hunters today, a father-daughter team. Neat.
Obscuro, my girlfriend brought me an airbrush and then asked me how to do her makeup with it. Asked me to do her makeup with it. That would be pretty great.
Mr. Lion Guy, my wife actually gives...
make her look like a space marine.
Yeah! You need 2 thin coats. We're gonna do a zenithal highlight. We're gonna put some inks through it.
Yeah.
A little bit of lead belcher. Just to get a base.
Oh my...
Mr. Lion Guy. My wife actually gives constructive criticism when I show her a model. But my wife is the lady who said, paint me a hot elf redhead with a chest out. I married so well. Yeah, the only way to get better at painting is to paint more.
Is it to paint more minis and maybe even paint them bravely?
Yeah, maybe you go on eBay, you rescue something.
Exactly. You never know. Exactly.
Obscuro. But I painted you're blind now. I painted your eyes. Mecha T-Rex. Maybe you battle for an eon or two.
Maybe.
I think I can finally glue
eons.
on the legs. Brent, that's a good song. Thanks, I just made it up on the spot.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Alright, now hopefully I did dry fit all this stuff when I was building it. And it couldn't possibly have changed, so hopefully it'll stick together like a charm.
Famous last words. Great.
There we go. Brent, I think Casey got tired of paying for it, though. Uh-oh.
I mean, we can make him a version.
We could. Eric Von Note, I would rescue models from eBay, but I hate rebuilding models. I do too. I get so irked when models aren't perfect. I am not someone for rescuing eBay models. Mm-hmm. Maybe one day I would like to try to do a project along the lines of like, how cheap can I make a 200-point army? Mm-hmm. And I would probably do some eBay rescuing for that. But I don't know. The secondhand market is kind of in a free fall right now because of Games Workshop not having enough stuff in stock. It seems like even built and painted figures are going for almost retail. Mm. Cam 40K, my significant other doesn't care, but my dad's supportive, and I'm currently painting him the Chaos Space Marine box set as a birthday gift, since he's the only one who plays with me. Nice. Obscuro, I asked my girlfriend to play Blackstone Forges with me, and she went to her parents for a month.
I like how I like the idea that she didn't want to say no to you.
Yeah.
So she just left.
Bren, I need to actually listen to that podcast. The song might be gone. I was probably listening to it downloaded because I listen to it while I'm going for walks. But so it could be gone now. Cabronix. My dad would tell me that I need to stop putting makeup on my little dolls and to focus on helping him fix his car. TK Studio Prints. I won't buy on eBay. I still have all the models from the 80s and that I did not get to paint.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We saw your pile of shame. You got stuff to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's take a look at all three. Brent, have you ever looked into Malifaux at all? These are the performer Showgirls minions. Their powers include manipulative, celebrity, seductive, and love hurts.
Amazing.
And they're absolutely microscopic.
Mm-hmm.
Matthew Cheese made. Oh my god, these names. My kids have no interest in minis, just mobile games. I'm a terrible parent.
Yeah, jeez.
Brent, the madman paid for another year. That's good. That song is associated with the podcast. Brent, I've got some hired guns around here. Oh, is that a Malifaux thing? Mecha T-Rex. The middle one is the best girl for sure. Eric Von Note, I learned you can do some wicked stuff adding super glue to wet Gorilla Glue, blisters or crates, depending on how cure the Gorilla Glue is. You can also pour super glue on top of Elmer's glue, and it'll kind of create a weird sickly,
Goo.
fleshy goo. Cabronix. I'm partial to the girl on the right.
Ooh.
Eric Von Note. Craters. We all got there. Brent, I've got some second edition Victorias too, whatever that set was called. Aquino Quinones. They're looking pretty nice, so what about those swamp gremlins?
The Bayou Boys.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I haven't looked into getting them. I got the book, though. It's right there waiting for me to read it.
I wonder what color would her bow be? New Crimson. Center for me. I'm a slut for girls with pigtails.
Aren't we all?
I think that's my least favorite, probably. The pigtails are not very 1901 fashion.
Mm-hmm. It really breaks the immersion for you.
What color would the bow be? I guess it'd be gold, like the rest of the ensemble. Here's a good brush.
Ensemble. Boom.
Matthew Cheeseman, how much of a cat can you get into a Malifaux starter box? How much of a cat can you get? Give me an idea.
I have no idea.
Of scale. Oh, like how many cats would fit in it? They're not very big. They're square. They're I don't know. They're normal. They're like $40.
You want the scale of the miniatures?
Like, you could probably get it. You probably need a truck to pick it up in, and a team to lift it. But I'll give you like scale of the miniatures. They're 28 millimeter, but they're 28 millimeter like regular, not 28 millimeter heroic. Mm-hmm. So they actually have correct proportions. They don't have like fat hands, heads, and guns like in 40K. Quinones. Have you painted Colette yet? No, I have not painted Colette de Bois. I'm going to do that one last, so that it's the best. Mm-hmm. And New Crimson, not very 1901 fashion. Yeah, and neither is mech girls with Gatling guns, but guess what?
And gremlins aren't real.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I get it, though. I like them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think there's really no Malifaux models that I dislike. Mm-hmm. I think my favorites are probably the Arcanists and the Neverborn. The Neverborn are like the Thing. John Carpenter's The Thing meets Freddy Krueger meets like every like folklore monster. They are fun. I probably would have done if I didn't love the kind of theater vibe of these models so much. I probably would have gone Neverborn, just for all the weird, creepy monsters and abominations.
Mm-hmm. That's what I've been called.
Remember, folks, hit the thumbs down. We love them, so it's all good. If you're new to the channel, hit the sub and join the merry band. We also have a Discord and a Patreon. More info under the stream. Quinones, what faction? Malifaux, Arcanist, Performers, Showgirls, Minions.
Exactly.
Matthew Cheeseman, I love how Brent's cats checked out how big the starter was. The starter boxes were. Mm-hmm. For the Kill Team Pariah Nexus. When Brent reviewed the box. Not the box. The box.
Mm-hmm.
Obscuro. Less robot, more stabby shooty. Plus werewolves. Akino Kinones. American werewolves with machine guns is such an underrated aesthetic. I mean, I think we can all agree there. AJ, what's up, guys? Not
Hello.
much. All of the ladies are now glued together. So we're actually getting pretty close. Probably this week. Definitely this week. I don't want it to take much longer.
Do you think we'll have to take a photo soon?
Ooh,
Like
yeah, definitely. Oh, tomorrow is going to be a fat day.
Oh, yeah, I bet. I feel like Wednesdays always are.
They are, yeah. A lot of work needs to get done Wednesdays.
Yep.
AJ, I'm almost done with my rowboat girly man. Oh, reboot day. You know what? I'm going to paint the bow. Wait, what color? Okay, well, the bows on her head are gold. So I guess I got to paint all the bows gold. Michael Spitz ordered Warhammer Imperium just for rowboat girly man. I mean, I think you can just order the week you want or the month you want. It seems like, at least right now, you can order the first pass and the second pass. Although I suppose they're probably not going to keep them all forever. But I think my plan is to snipe the issues I want.
But how do you know what you're gonna get in the issue?
That's a good point. I don't know. I mean,
I don't think you get to know.
The one you can buy now, you know it comes in it.
Right, but I don't think they're gonna keep doing that.
They probably shouldn't, but if they do,
they're the dumbest people on the.
If they're dumb bunnies.
I mean, because I figured they gave the first few away just so that you would know.
So you're excited and you are willing to buy it.
Yeah, that's what I assumed. I didn't think that they would keep telling you, because that would be insane.
Although, I mean, I bet it's still, they're not losing money on these magazines.
No, probably not.
Some weeks are probably going to be more interesting
really,
than others.
You're buying it for the magazines.
Yes, the magazine is the real sell for him. Yeah. Just throw the models away. Who wants those?
I want to meet the people writing the articles. They're hungover, and they're just like, I know no one cares.
It's just the same sample text, copy and pasted a million times.
Yeah.
So if you're working in Photoshop and you insert text, it automatically puts like the first chapter of what's the book that it just inserts.
I don't know.
It's the default. The magazine is just full of the default text.
Yeah.
Kino Kinones, will you make circus objective markers to match these performers? I don't know. I don't really know anything about the game of Malifaux.
That would be pretty good. There's stage lights with
that would be fun.
LEDs built in.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be pretty cool. Like fallen stage lights or something. I don't know how big the board is. You could make the whole board like a theater with an audience section, and that'd be kind of fun. There's a lot of fun stuff you could do.
Yeah. I have a feeling the first few games are going to feature terrain that's very 40K-ish.
That's a pretty safe bet.
You know, some industrial ruins with aquillas and skulls, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Are all the minis are built, right?
Yes.
Almost. Yeah.
They're currently sticky tacked to bases, but that's good enough.
Mm-hmm. So it's just a 58-page rulebook away.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Servant 7, think I'm going to try the super glue and white glue trick for some bases right now. Need a cool idea to base my Drukhari kill team that's almost done. Ooh, that could do it. I mean, it'll look like weird, fleshy skin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you're looking for gooey goo.
Michael Spitz. What models? I didn't even know models were included. How can we get rid of that nonsense? Oh yeah, we're here for the magazines. We're here for the articles.
Do they have like an FAQ or like a contact page?
Mm-hmm.
We should contact them and say, hey, I'm really interested in the magazine. I don't want the models. Can you just send me the magazine? And see what they say.
Kino Kinona, Space Hulk is brilliant, but I'm partial to white marble temple flooring. White just pops with dark saturated reds. Are you working on some Space Hulk?
I think it's from Matthew Cheeseman. I'm looking for basing ideas for my Blood Angel army. Red Sand, Space Hulk, or Temple.
I mean, white marble would look pretty slick under some red bodies.
Mm-hmm. That would.
AJ, question. Is the Ultramarine Chaplain all black and the only blue part is the shoulder, or is it both shoulders? One shoulder is probably going to have the Chaplain heraldry on it, and then the other shoulder would have the chapter symbol, and then it's kind of just up to preference, like if the knee pads are blue with the Aquila, or if they have an Omega hanging off of them somewhere. But yeah, definitely one shoulder pad with the Omega on it. Would be classic Codex Astartes compliance, which is usually how Ultramarine people want to be.
Mm-hmm.
Catalyst Creations, I love me some goo. Don't we all? Sim the Sloth. I've been putting orc heads on poles, messing them up a little, and then adding a rotting orc head on poles to my Space Marines. That's fun.
I mean, I think that's pretty rude to the orcs, but I guess that's fine.
I love it.
Are you admitting your war crimes?
Mm-hmm. You can't have war crimes against fungus.
I'm sure people would disagree. Cam 40K. I'm currently doing a Mars-ish base using the old sand paint and wall putty basing method.
Ooh. Well, we have a Mars video.
Mm-hmm.
Sand paint and wall putty basing method. What I found, even though it's not technically correct for Mars, to get a little contrast, I sprinkled on, or I painted some of the larger pebbles black. And that kind of gave a nice contrast against the red of the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Another fun thing would if you have the Mars rover rolling around somewhere.
Or a destroyed one.
Obscuro, I started a blog. I don't know why, but now I subsist on likes.
Quinones. Wow, it's crazy that Malifaux can afford to have a crew builder with all the rules just on the website. Games Workshop can't even afford to let you read books you bought for $5. I think they can. I think they can afford it.
Oh, they can afford it.
They just maybe they're looking for some extra monies.
Mm-hmm. GW is strapped, guys. We all have to do our part.
Yeah, we have to bail them out. Malifaux gives you a lot.
They do.
I mean, you could really, really get going with that.
Mm-hmm. Matthew Cheeseman, been working on my Chaplain with Jump Pack. Fine cast isn't fun cast at all. That's too bad. My Chaplain, if it's the normal Chaplain, like resin Chaplain with Jump Pack, mine was pretty good actually. I didn't have any big problems. The only problems really were the gates. And I kind of just had to make do.
TK Studio Prince, who clicked like. Apparently 3 people did.
No!
Which is a little crazy. Doesn't make any sense.
Servant 7. Well, the Drukhari are sporting loincloths and cloaks made of skin, so I assume there may be some goo on the ground. What's that goo and how did it get there?
Ah, good old goo.
Mm-hmm. KM40K. I was thinking wash with some Nuln oil and then dry brush, but I don't know what color. KM40K. Do my Mars. As for your Mars bases, if you're gonna dry brush red, that is a little tricky. I mean, I guess you could just dry brush. You could start with a base coat of like a dark red. If you're using GW, probably a corn red, and then dry brush with a Evil Sun's Scarlet. This fool 89. I can't use the transfer sheets for the life of me. Decals are hard. They are tricky. I have done hundreds and hundreds because of my Black Templar army.
Mm-hmm.
So I've done 2 per Marine. I own well over 150 Marines. Plus, I put them all over every vehicle and every unit.
Mm-hmm.
But you definitely get good at it, but you totally will never ever be a master at it. Like, I'll put on 9 decals in a row, all perfect, and then the 10th one is just going to be ruined, and I have to soak it in water and then scrape it off and then put on another one.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Games Workshop is very, very like when they give you 10 in the transfer sheet, good luck getting all 10 to work perfectly. It's a little bit, I wonder, cause it seems like they're trying to phase out transfers, which I think is too bad. I like the transfers. Because I know Forge World used to do a lot of etched brass, and they stopped that, because etched brass is a pain in the butt. It's small, it's delicate, it doesn't like to get super glued down, and I wonder if decals are kind of going to go a similar route, where most people just throw them out, so why bother?
Yeah.
They're very tricky. I would also say when you use the decal, there's usually a little clear part all around your shape. I would try to take your hobby knife and very carefully cut off as much of the plasticky decal as possible to get it to lay a little smoother. Also, you should glaze. You do a coat of gloss on the spot that's going to get a decal, and then once the decal's applied and it's all good, you put another coat of gloss on top of the decal, and that'll help blend it.
I have some decals that I put on my DocaJet that are very poorly blended. Not at all, in fact.
Yeah, and sometimes
all the middle finger ones.
Yeah,
I love those ones.
And then there's always the problem of air getting trapped underneath the decal. That happens sometimes if you let the decal soak for too long, too much of the glue comes off, and then you get air trapped under the plastic film. So you want to soak a decal for like 30 seconds in water. If you're poking at it like with a brush, the second it starts to pull away from the paper is when it's ready to rock. Yeah, decals are hard. They're really hard. But they are doable. Sim the Sloth. Burn the heretics that like this stream.
Yeah. Everyone that liked the stream is going to get banned. That's a promise. I'll figure it out. It's been days figuring out.
Kino is, will these dancers also have the beautiful wood basing? Yes, they will. I have them right here.
Yeah.
I forgot to prime them when I did the rest of the ladies.
3 ladies. 3 ladies.
Michael Spitz. I meant to buy Corn Red, but I accidentally got Blood for the Blood God. You know what? Blood for the Blood God is a quality paint. If you plan on using it, I guess. If you don't have any plans on using it, it's probably not worth it. But Matthew, geez, man. Microsol and Microset. Microsol and Microset will help a lot. They are definitely the easiest to use and most effective stuff I've found. I bought the versions of that Vallejo makes, and I didn't find them as good as Microsol and Microset. AJ, you cut into the decal, right? I don't unless I have to. They're called relief cuts, where you cut the decal so that it'll lay on top of itself slightly if it's going over a contoured surface. And I found that works, but you have to do it really strategically. Sometimes it can weaken the decal so that it wants to fall apart. Sometimes what I've done in the past is I've actually cut decals in half and then applied them like 2 decals. And that works.
That's interesting.
The Omega, like the Ultramarine Omega, is usually one where I'll put a cut in between the 2 arms of the Omega.
That Tom Clancy. You know, I wouldn't just throw away those decals if they gave you decals for factions that I like. LOL.
It's true. And then I think there's some armies that have never gotten decal sheets, like Genestealer Cult. Ryan, I've been using Vallejo decal softener and it's magic stuff. Nice. I found it did work, but it didn't work as good for me as the Micro Soul stuff. James Workshop 24. Have you ever tried decal applying liquids that actually help mold the decal to the shape of the shoulder pad? Decal softener? That's what a decal or a micro set does. It's like, I don't know, it's got just enough juice in it to kind of melt the decal very slightly, and it helps. But I find that you can't rely on it. You have to kind of use that as the nice finishing move after you've done a great job applying the decal. Like, you can't just slap on a decal and then apply Micro Soul and it'll work out. Kino Canales, I'm so excited to see the freehand gold leaf on this cloak. No. You got freehanding on her boobs? Isn't that enough? AJ, I get ridges on the Omega, and I've tried the cotton swab technique. Well, what I would suggest maybe instead of the cotton swab technique is taking a paper towel. This is usually what I do. Take a paper towel and fold it so that you've created like a little pillow, and then get it damp but not wet. So you want it to be able to soak up water, but you don't want it to be dry, because if it's dry, then the decal might stick to the paper instead of the model. And I'll apply my model, and then I will lay the paper towel on it and roll the paper towel over the decal so that it squishes all the liquid out from underneath. And I've had success with that, getting decals to sit really, really flat and smooth. And you use a lot of pressure. Andy Crimson, I've got shield decals for my Byzantines because I can't freehand very well. Hopefully they're easier than working from scratch. Oh yeah, I mean, that sounds like best case scenario, a shield.
That's true.
I mean, most beginners try putting decals on a Space Marine shoulder pad, which is just a ball.
Yeah. That's very true. Yeah, anyone can do this. I want a super cut of every single 15-year-old or 10-year-old putting decals on on shoulder pads. Now, great that those turn out. I got a 16-year-old me with my DocaJet. That's pretty fun.
I mean, I'm just now good at decals after hundreds.
Yeah.
Kino Kinonis, I started Lamenters and now I hate painting. Andy Crimson, I mean, it's your fault for starting up a cursed army. That is true. The Lamenters are cursed.
Yeah.
They're of the 13th cursed founding. And it's the 13th because 40k is serious business.
Exactly.
Hey, are you on a supercut of kids screaming in rage?
I mean, yeah, I guess.
Mm-hmm. All right, folks, it's about
Speak-
that time.
Speaking of screaming and rage.
Yeah.
Yep. So we'll have a video out tomorrow.
Yes, everybody watch the video.
Yes, you have to watch the video tomorrow, and then we'll be back with another live stream at 9 p.m. Central.
Mm-hmm. All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night, folks.
End.